Hello everyone and welcome to another knife review. For the moment you can only see a box, but I just wanted to show you the packaging, because it's not that often that a knife comes in a nice box, a nice packaging. So just wanted to show you very quickly. It's signed by the maker, Moro Knives. Let's open it. So there's a box in the box. That's it. This one's got a very nice and soft touch. Let's open it. Ta-ta-ta! Wow! It's funny, the fact that I opened the box. I've not put it back in the box since I got this knife. It's the first time I put it back in and I've got the feeling of rediscovering it. It's quite funny. So let's get this out the way. A very quick word about the box. Very nicely done, very soft, nice touch. It follows the shape of the handle so that the knife stays in place. So it's very nice. Just wanted to show you that very quickly. I don't care that much on the packaging, but it's true that it really adds to the wow effect when you open the box and you receive the knife and you discover it for the first time. It really adds to the magic, and I wish more makers would make that. I know it's expensive to do, it takes time and everything, but it's really nice. Although if I don't have a box, it's not a big issue, because this box will stay in a drawer for the next few years, so it's not a really big deal. Just a few words about the maker, as I usually like to do. So this knife was made by Corrado Moro. As you can guess, he's an Italian knife maker. He's not been making knives for so long. Before, he was a technician specialized in design engineering, project development and milling. And you can really see that he put all his skills in that incredible knife. This knife is called the Tourbillon, from the famous watch Complication. It also means whirlwind in French, and you will understand why in just a moment. Corrado only makes about 12 knives a year, which is a month to make a knife like that. And that also you will understand why when you see all the amount of work that goes into that knife. Now let's get through the principal specs. As I said, this knife is called the Tourbillon. You've got a RWL34 steel, stainless steel on that blade, which is a powder metallurgy produced steel. So a very high quality stainless steel that now has become quite a standard in high-end knives. The harness is 60 Rockwell. As you can see, it's a lockback. It's set on ball bearings. So it has a very smooth action. The blade length is 8.5 centimeters and the total length is 20 centimeters, which is about 3.3 inches for the blade and 7.9 inches for the whole knife. This whole knife is just amazing. The quality, the craftsmanship, the design, the precision in which it's made, it's just mesmerizing. But above all that, it's the pivot that really makes this knife unique. And I'll get to it in a moment. But first I'm going to show you the details a little bit closer. So the handle is made of stainless steel. We've got mother of pearl inlays there with carbon fiber borders. Actually, the carbon fiber here is just one piece. So the mother of pearl is inlaid in the carbon fiber, then the carbon fiber is inlaid in the steel. The way he did the inlays are very nice, because you can see that the pattern of the mother of pearl really follows. You see the lines there? It's not like he took one piece there on the mother of pearl, he put it there, and then took another piece on the other part, on another part, and put it there. It's really, I don't know if it's clear, but it's really the same piece of mother of pearl. So really gives a nice effect. And the carbon fiber borders is very nice too, you know, it's not just plain solid black. It makes some very interesting light reflection effects. I really love the design in which he made these inlays. You know, the lines follow the design of the pivot. Very, very nicely done. The flats are satin finish, which is nice because it doesn't take fingerprints so easily. And there's a lot amount of contouring there and there, which are all mirror polished. So mirror polished here, mirror polished here, it's also mirror polished on the top. Now you can see the precision in which this knife is made. You can hardly even see the gap between the spring and the liner or the frame. So nice mirror polish. Hello! Can't even see the camera. Also, the junction between the blade and the spring is really, really nicely done. The whole knife is very, very close to perfection. I don't like to say that usually, but perfection is not possible to attain, but this knife is very close to perfection. I can't see any or hardly any issues on that knife. So a lot of contouring there. The blade is satin finish, hand rubbed, with a very fine grain. Very nice. You see, you can even see me on the reflection. Makes quite a strange face actually. You've got a nice wedge on the top of the blade. And it's mirror polished on the side here to continue with the handle. Makes a very aggressive look, Very interesting blade shape that I don't see that often. Pretty unique. I don't know if there's a name for that kind of blade, but gives it a very aggressive look and a kind of racing look. It seems it can go very go very fast. It's very nicely signed. Moro. Very discreet, very modern typo too. I usually don't like when there's a big signature on the blade. Usually it really spoils the beauty of the knife. So that's really nicely done. And as you can see, there are custom screws there, just so that the line of the screw follows the shape of the knife. So custom screw there on both sides. Of course, very nicely adjusted. You can hardly see the gap again around the screw. Custom screws there too, to hold in place this piece, which is also mirror polished, by the way. So custom screws that follow the lines like that, on the other side too. Again, very nicely done. It would really spoil the design if the screw would be like that, you know. So a very nice little detail there. There's also a little ball inserted here in the inside of the knife, just to protect the blade when you close it, in case you drop it, which you should never do on a backlock usually. The point of the blade hits this part, this ball, so it doesn't hit the steel in the inside of the knife. I don't know what material is this ball is made in, but maybe wood or carbon fiber, something softer than steel, which really protects it. Now let's have a closer look to that pivot, which is the incredible thing about that knife. So you've got a nice texture going there with lines. Don't know if the camera can catch that. Lines that follow they remind the pattern on the carbon fiber actually. Yeah, there you can see it, very nice. And this pivot is unique. You could see it a bit better with a piece of paper underneath, but look at that. Wow, now this thing is amazing. So now you can see the reason why he called it the Tourbillon. He really was inspired by the Tourbillon complication to make this pivot. By the way, the pivot is on two sets of ball bearings. Axial ball bearings and radial ball bearings, which really provides a very smooth action. You've got a piece of glass there that's held in place by this piece, just like on a watch. I don't know what kind of glass it is. Is it sapphire, or maybe not sapphire? It's probably too difficult to work with, but looks pretty hard. There are absolutely no scratches on it for the moment, so very high quality glass. You can see the spring going in the blade like that to lock it. And it makes a very interesting noise. I've never heard a noise like that when you open it. Makes a very interesting noise. Probably because there's glass here, or the way it's done, I don't know. It makes a unique noise too, which is very interesting. So, Corrado has two main passions, as you can guess: watches and knives. And he usually gets inspired by watches to make his knives, but also cars, motorbikes, the aerospace, jewelry. And he really tries to put together these things from all these fields into a single object, which is a knife. When he started making knives, which is only a few years ago, he really wanted to make them in a special way, and he wanted to create something new, which I think he managed, because I've never ever seen on a knife something similar. And that's not very easy, you know, with all the great makers out there, like Michael Walker, Bob Terjuola, and many others. They tried so many things, they experimented so many things, and were so innovative. They didn't leave a lot of space to other makers to make unique things, and that's a very big achievement from Corrado. So bravo, Corrado, you're just amazing. This is not even his most complicated knife. He made this knife about 2 or 3, maybe 3 years ago. Since he made much more complicated knives. For example, he made a knife called the Eternity, which is about the same kind of shape. He called it like that because apparently it took an eternity to make. It took him about 3 times the work he took on that knife to make the Eternity, so that's quite amazing. It's not really my thing because it's a little bit too complicated for me, but I really appreciate the craftsmanship, the genius that's on his new knives. He recently made a new model, which is the Decimo. It's a dagger with a button on the pivot, which has about, I tried to count them on the photo, which is not very easy because they are very small, but it has about 40 inlays on both sides, which is 80 inlays, just to give you an idea of the complexity of the new knives he makes. Well, I think I'll leave it there for this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it if you did, and let me know in the comments below what you think about the knife. As usual, I'll leave a link to the website of the maker, and I'll catch you in the next video for another knife review. Actually, I'm gonna show you, I can't make my mind on which knife I'm gonna review. I'm wondering maybe this knife by Tony Carlson, or maybe this knife by Des Horn. I'm not quite sure yet, but anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.